Thank you, Tina. Appreciate that. All right, we do have our next order of business with the election of the president and the vice president of the board. The term is from January 2015 to January 2017. The first one is president of the board. I'll open for nominations, please. Yes, Michael?
I'll nominate myself for president.
Okay. And Catherine?
I would like to nominate, it's my honor to nominate Heather Bennett as president, and I'd like to reflect on her 10 years of service with integrity to the students and her constituents in the Salt Lake City School District.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay, so we have two nominees, and what I'm going to do is we're going to have a raise of hand for, any other nominations? Okay, the nominations are closed. So we have two candidates, Michael Clara and Heather Bennett. We'll start with Michael Clara, and if you would raise your hand, and then I will recognize you by name. So all those who would like to vote for Michael, please raise your hand.
We don't get to talk about why we want to
No,
run.
we've never done that before.
She just nominated you or nominated Heather and explained why she wanted to.
If you want to go back and say why you want to nominate yourself, then
Right. I
go
have
ahead.
a letter I'd like to read then. So I'm asking the board members to consider me for president of the Board of Education. I do so because I'm alarmed at the direction the current administration is taking in our school district. I'm equally alarmed at the manner in which the majority of the previous board has functioned in an effort to shield and insulate our school bureaucracy. I recently received a letter from Education Matters Committee outlining a few of the problems with this school district that has faced over the past year. By way of illustration,
I'd like to have you speak only to your qualifications as a board president, Mr. Claris.
that's what I'm doing.
But you're referring to a letter that nobody else has.
And it's a document that's not been provided
In
advance
It
of these
doesn't have-
24 hours.
It doesn't have to be. Where's that? Was that a new rule that it has to be 24 hours?
Does it speak to your qualifications
Yeah.
as president?
Yeah, but if you
The
guys aren't going
document
to let me
does.
speak.
The document that you're quoting speaks to your qualifications.
Right,
as
I'm
president.
explaining why I nominated myself to run. Just like she was able to explain why she nominated you.
Okay, but I think that the letter that we all received didn't speak about you, Michael. But I think that's what Heather's asking, is that the document that you're referring to from the education
Right.
did not speak about your qualifications.
But that was part of the reason why I
Okay.
ran. I mean, see, this is what I'm concerned
Okay,
about.
but-
I'm not understanding why I'm being interrupted and being told, so where's this rule that this has to be 24 hours before?
Okay, so Michael, if you'd like to continue reading your letter, please do so
Go right ahead.
in the
Okay.
context of your qualifications.
Well, but you're not going to control my speech. I can speak to what I want to if I'm
This is a
running.
little unprecedented. I mean, for Catherine to say she's had great service, period, versus you speaking for many minutes, it's a little unprecedented. We've never done that before. We have just said we'd like to nominate her because of this reason,
Right.
and then that's it. It hasn't been a long speech. It's just been a matter of a 30-second.
Okay, well, so I looked at the policy before, just to make sure I was in compliance with it. So now I'm asking, the attorney said that we had to give this 24 hours before. Where is that written, that this has to be given 24 hours before?
It's not, but it's not been produced before, and nobody else has this
This
letter.
isn't a courtroom. This is a school board. Why would I need to produce it
And
24 hours before?
Mr. Clara, it does not speak to your qualifications. It's a reflection of your opinion of the way this board has governed itself.
Right, and why I feel that I'm qualified to run it.
I suggest that we let Mr. Clara continue with his letter and then consider it, and then proceed to our vote.
I'm okay with just passing out this letter and moving on. But again, I think we're making stuff up that we shouldn't be. And that's part of my objection and why I'm running, because we tend to do that a lot, that we don't allow for a diversity of opinions on the board. And then when we do, we make stuff up and even have an attorney say, well, you got to produce it 24 hours before. That's just made up.
Go
And
ahead.
so that's
So
why I'm
go
asking.
ahead.
Go ahead,
you to run.
Michael.
No, that's it. I passed. That's why I wrote it down, because I anticipated that this kind of stuff would happen. And I'd like that to be part of the record of the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Michael, and now we'll go ahead and open for the election. The first person, yes.
I suggest that we take 3 or 4 minutes to read Michael's letter and consider it before we vote.
Okay. Does the rest of the board want to see that?
I agree.
I'd like to read it.
Okay, has everyone had enough time to do that? Great, thank you. All right, so the first name for consideration for president of the board is Michael Clara. All those who would like to vote for Michael, please raise your hand. Michael Clara and Rosemary Emery. Thank you. The second name for consideration is Heather Bennett. All those who would like to vote for Heather Bennett, please raise your hand. That would be Melissa Ford, Catherine Kennedy, Tiffany Sandberg, Heather Bennett, and Christy Sweat. Thank you. So Heather is the new president of the Board of Education.